So I have with me two gentlemen from one of the technical schools right here in Kumasi, who were involved in an incident that unfortunately got them expelled from school today. And they are here with me, coming to narrate to us, to give us all the nitty-gritties, all the details that led, to their dismissal from school. And, they are here with me. So good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing?
We are doing good, boss.
Yeah. How are you?
We are doing good.
So let me start with you. I'm not going to mention their names because of, for obvious reasons. What happened?
Boss, please. It was about a week ago. We were at school last night. Then we were sitting there smoking. Then instantly...
Smoking on campus?
Yes, please.
How long have you been smoking?
It's about almost a month, 2-3 months.
That you started smoking?
Yes, please.
So you started before SHS or you started during SHS?
Please, during SHS.
Okay, go on.
Then instantly we go and take some eggs. There is a woman there selling. She's a seller. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we break down the padlock and we just take her eggs to fry. Mm-hmm. Then there was an security man. He came around and shout.
The security man saw you?
Yes, please.
Came and then shout?
Yes.
And then what happened?
Then we ran. We left our things there, all of our things. We left it there. Then he packed to complain. He packed all the things and come and complain.
So let me ask you, why did you decide to go and take this woman's egg and fry it?
Please, I'll beg for that. Forgive me. I'll never do that again.
No, I'm saying why? What came into your mind? Why did you do that?
Well, actually, it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
It was a thought that came into your mind.
Yes, please.
And then you just went ahead and do it.
Yes, please.
You were with him.
Yes, boss.
Before he said he was going to do that, where were you?
Okay, I was on a bench smoking. So all of a sudden I saw that he has already breaking the thing and brought some half crate of eggs. So when he brought it, I also supported the idea that we should all do it.
This was all happening inside the campus?
Yeah, inside the campus at our canteen.
And then you were smoking on campus?
Yes, please.
How long have you been smoking?
Okay, I've been smoking from back in SHS, but I brought a stop to that. But when I came to SS, from SS2, I came to meet some, because I met some friends and
who were also doing it.
So because I had that lifestyle already, so I came to cope with them, and that's when I started smoking again. So on Monday night, when I was with my brother at the canteen and we were smoking, when he brought the eggs, so we decided to fry the eggs over there. So we went for the women's gas and all the things we will need to be able to fry the eggs. So we were sitting down smoking and as well we were frying the eggs. So a security man just came in and when he saw us, he shouted on us. So we all panicked and we ran. We ran and we left all the weed and everything we were doing there. We left everything there, and including our mobile phone, which had our picture on it. Mm-hmm. So when we went down there and we remember our canteen is I don't know, our school is in a slope form. Mm-hmm. So the canteen is at the top and our school is down. Mm-hmm. So we came down to the school campus itself from the canteen, and we remember that we've left our phone over there, and this phone can be a big evidence to the man that he can come and search for us in the school. Mm-hmm. So we decided that we have to protect that evidence and take it so that even when he comes, he has nothing against us and we can prove ourselves that we are not guilty. Mm-hmm. So we went back to the man that we wanted to go and take the items back. So we called help from some of our friends that this is what has happened. So they should come and help us retrieve all the items from the man. So we all came up there and we saw that the man has already packed everything and he was on his way going. So we quickly rushed to the man so that we can get our phone and all the exhibit so that he has nothing against us. So when we got there, the man was holding a stick, so trying to protect himself so that we can't get near him. So
I heard you beat the man. Did you beat him?
Actually, we didn't beat him. By how we held him, by all means, you say that maybe we beat him.
So you manhandled him?
Yes, please, but not in a bad manner. Deep down in our heart, we just came for our items so that we will just be free. And maybe when he comes to report, he has nothing against us.
So that means after you ran from him and you went down to the campus,
yes, please,
you went to call your friends,
yes,
and then your friends followed you and you came back to the man,
yes, please,
trying to retrieve your items,
yes, please,
which was a phone,
and the weed,
a bag, and the substance you were smoking.
Yes, please.
And you didn't find it on him.
Yeah, we didn't find it on him.
So how were you able to search him?
Okay, some of the guys held his hand, and we, the other guys, we just searched into his pockets all over, like from here, and we saw nothing. That he had nothing on him. It was only that the cap of that the front pine and other staffs were just holding him, that he was trying to protect it for the woman. So he was trying to go and put it at a safe place.
So after that, you didn't find anything on him.
Yes,
you left him and then he went his way.
Yes, please.
So how did the news get to the school authorities?
The next morning, we knew that this thing was low key. Anybody didn't hear anything about it. So one of our colleagues, he heard that there's a level 1 student trying to tell the woman that he saw the guys and he know them. So he mentioned our colleague's name, and when he heard that, he's quick tempered. So when he heard that, he just rushed to the top, and when he went there, he asked the boy that did he saw him, and the guy said yes. So he threw his hands on him, he tortured the guy.
So he beat him up.
Yeah. So that led to the end. The women over there said that this one is a threat to the boy lives in boarding house.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, okay, this Form 1 boy saw the incident when he went to search the man.
Yes, please.
And then this Form 1 boy went to the woman you took the eggs from and said he can identify the boys. But meanwhile, that boy wasn't part of the egg situation. But he was part of the searching situation.
Yes.
So that was the reason he went to beat the Form 1 boy.
Yes,
okay, continue.
Okay, so from there, when he beat the Form 1 boy, and the woman said that it's a threat to the boy's life, they just went to report to the school authorities. So that's where the school authorities get to know about the issue, and they saw that this issue is it's a big issue that when they consider it in the school, it might lead to something different. So they did all the necessary investigation, and later on they finalized everything and they just dismissed us from the school.
Are you aware that what you did was criminal?
Yes, please.
Do you know the consequences of what can happen to you?
Yes, please.
What do you think will happen to you if the police gets to hear of this?
It's just like I can be in jail.
But you did it anyway.
Yes, please.
Are your parents aware of this?
No, please.
Have you also told your parents?
No, boss. Please.
Why haven't you told them?
Boss, for me, my background is not all that good, but for my mom, she has BP, that's blood pressure, and it's very high. So I don't know if I tell her this issue on phone, I don't know what will happen to her. And she's at Boku, and even Boku, they don't have even proper medical care. That even when I tell her and something happened to her, I don't know the hospital that they'll even rush her to.
How did you feel when you were sacked, when they told you that you have been dismissed from school?
I felt like my life has come to an end because this certificate was trying to lead me to the next level in life.
What were you studying in school?
I was studying automobile engineering.
And then?
Electrical engineering.
So automobile engineering and electrical engineering. What do you want to be in future with the automobile engineering?
Okay, I want to become a successful transporter.
So now that you have put yourself in this situation, what next?
Okay, for this situation, I know that it has affected my life so much, but I'll plead with the authorities if they give me the chance to be able to register so that I'll get my certificate to be able to maybe I can go and work or something of that sort. If they need maybe a second cycle certificate or something, I have something to prove or to show them.
Tell me how you feel about this whole thing.
This whole thing, deep down, I feel very hurt, and I know that like I've just bring a big mess to my life, and maybe opportunities that I could have get in life because of this issue, it might block many opportunities, and even the trust people have for me are breaking many trusts, and maybe even I'm not in that way, but because of this issue, many people will address me in a bad way that I'm a thief or something. But it's just like we are in school and we felt like we wanted something to eat that evening. That's what it was.
But you know that even if you want something to eat, you don't have to go and break into somebody's property.
Yes, please, boss. Yes, please.
How do you also feel about this whole situation?
Boss, please, I really feel very bad. I really feel very bad because...
That was an engagement Leo had with students who have been dismissed, sacked from their school. Now, if you listen carefully to the conversation, they were sitting on the bench, passing, whiling time away and smoking exhibits, smoking weed. And at one point in time, they decided to break a woman's shop. They broke the padlock to the woman's shop, took out eggs. The woman deals in eggs and what?
Indomie and all these things, yeah.
They removed her eggs, carried her gas cylinder, her cooking pots, and then they fried the egg and were eating the egg. And these are young ones who are in school, put there by their parents, hoping that something good will come out of their lives. And that's what they went to do. They said they were, they thought it was going to be low-key. Meanwhile, an old man who is there as security, my man, no, somewhere we have phones, because that one could be used as evidence. Your pictures are on the phone. And then the weed you left behind, they could find the weed. Leo asked one of them, when he started smoking, he said, 1 month ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. The other one said he started smoking when he was in JSS. And then you go and pick up a Form 1 boy who saw what was happening between you and the security man, and you beat the boy mercilessly. Leo, you were there. I mean,
yeah. So yesterday, after I talked to them, I asked them, have they seen the woman that they did that to? And
in fact, you took them to go beg the woman.
Yeah, so they went to beg the woman, and I was there when the woman came with them to the house, and she was like, I have forgiven them. I don't have anything against them. And when the woman even learned that they have been dismissed, she felt really, really bad. So that was when she started explaining what happened the day after. So this Form 1 guy was trying to tell the lady, the boys that came to try and steal her things. And one of the boys...
They didn't try to steal, they stole
her things. So the boy, the friends that they went to call to come and, stop the old man and search him, one of them saw the boy talking to the woman, and in the full glare of everybody, came to beat the boy mercilessly. For the way the woman was saying, nobody could control him. He wanted to hurt the boy. So they were scared that if we don't do something about this very situation, and this Form 1 boy goes back to school, I don't know what they are going to do to him until about time. That was why they went to the school to report that this is what they want to do to this boy. I cannot sit down and let them hurt him like that.
So she wanted to do like an out of court settlement of a sort.
So they
amicably solve it.
Yeah, she didn't
but
have
the
any
point was saying that this was supposed to be a low key.
Yes.
Low key.
So it was later, when that boy, that friend who was not even part of the egg stealing situation, went to beat the Form 1 boy, from the way they are describing it, it was really bad. So the woman had to do something about it.
David, you know, listening to yesterday I wasn't part of the conversation, but listening to the recordings, listening to the feedback, what Joe told me and all that, David, I think that three things. I believe that we need to also start making some of these matters purely matters of criminality. We need
like
to
that
start,
of Accra Academy.
We need to start, thank you. We need to start handing over some of these students to the Ghana Police Service. Because, David, one channel I watch a lot on DSTV, if you track my TV activities, is crime documentary. In fact, when I get home at 4, I can watch it till about 9 p.m. One thing I've come to grown into or believe is that sociopath, people who have mental disorders and go on to commit murder, you see it while they are young. It's never something. It's never a thing the person gets whilst the person is an adult or at another stage. You see it when the person is young. It's there. In fact, one they showed recently, the guy killed a cat. The mother went to work, killed the dog. They didn't pay attention to you. He went on to become a serial killer in America. There are signs. And David, I think that because we mostly do these amicable things, we even don't look at the psychological part of some of these students. Most of them are sociopaths. Because, David, we need to start thinking about that too. They are just mad people. They don't need to be among friends. That's why, David, I was saying that. If you remember my issue with KNUST and this journal, where we even say that we will do medicals after we've admitted. You don't know the person's medical condition. You are all plugged in a certain box for in a room. We need to start looking at that conversation. So that will be my first thing. David, 2 is also that. It's chalk and cheese. Matters of economy and also, parental care. Now most parents leave home as early as 4 a.m. Their argument is that if they don't leave, they cannot feed the kid. Some don't even get time to go for PTA meetings. Some don't even know the terminal report of their kids and the courses they are doing well and how they can help them in the courses they are not doing well. My mom never went to school, but what my mom did was that my mom to go when I was going to school. So because also playing go my teachers or qua, no friend me prof for the course we were on. So my mom would sit with me. Though she may not understand the technicalities of what we learn and everything. Oh, Kwame, yes, of course, with the own yard. So there was that a bit of a conversation. David, I don't know if you get me.
No, I get it, because years ago we had most women as housewives.
Exactly.
So once a child comes back from school,
there's a lot of interface.
There's some supervision, some control that goes on.
Yeah. So David, the teachers who do that. So even when I was choosing my courses, right? My teachers were there, and I always say this. I was a pure science student, doing biology and everything. It took a teacher to see me and say, Charlie, the way you are going to do geography, do a bit of the art. And David, if not for that teacher, who, because of my mother, had a relationship with them and saw something in me, I wouldn't have come to the university. You know why? That year group of 2030 being group senior high school, the best biology student had C4. Imagine me, David. But I wrote geography after studying science for 4 years. Just registered, wrote for WASI, and had B2, and came to the university. So you see, parenting, relationship with parents, with teachers, and David, I don't know whether they still have it. Our time, we had what they call peer, something. They had a name for it, a teacher. So there's a teacher where a certain batch of students, anything that is bothering you, you go to. In KNUST, they call it peer, career, something. There's a name for it. I even met it at KNUST too, where students are grouped and you interface with a teacher. I don't know where that is still there. David, we need to look at it. You are an adult. I'm not yet. I say you are an adult. You're a father. I don't know. I'm not a father, so I cannot explain. But David, we need to have that conversation. The scale of economy, trying to make something or bring something home to feed the family, and also keeping an eye on the case. The third leg for me is that, David, the last time I went to the 2 campuses, Cars and 10, I noticed something. And remember, even my conversation with the teacher was trying to help us. I feel teachers are also failing us a little. And let me choose my words carefully. It seems to me that because we've taken away punishment from them, they've also taken a position that we can't say anything. And David, I think it's not the best of situation. That is the feeling I got.
So let me take it from there.
Yeah.
And we'll be activating the phone lines shortly. So I've interacted with a lot of teachers. And you know the story I told you about a certain student who was able to remove his school uniform and throw it at his headmaster and use the F word on the headmaster. Now, the feeling of the teachers is that you cannot punish. And once you cannot punish, the student has that free will to do anything at all, to the extent that the student can even insult you and you cannot do anything to the student. So let me not talk about the student's issue, because even when you do and you're not careful, you rather find yourself in trouble. But taking it from where Eugene landed, where every parent in this day and age is looking for a daily bread to be able to keep body and soul together, to keep the hope going, it is not necessarily about the quantity of time. It is about the quality of time. So we might not necessarily have the time. I'm not sure most of them would go to work on Saturdays and Sundays. But the little time you have, engage with your child. Speak to the child. And like I said yesterday, don't use the same style and approach for Kwesi, for Yao, and for Kweku. They have different traits. For Yao, when you look at him sternly, he will change from his bad ways. For Kwesi, he needs a bit of slap and some caning. That will change him.
David, to add up to that, you see, let me use myself an example. My dad went to Takrade Poly, so he understands results. He understands pattern analysis. My mom did not understand it. So the point I'm making is that you said they don't go to work on weekends. But David, some of them. But some of the behaviors, and based on my learnings from crime documentaries and listening to crime experts, seasoned medical practitioners, and Leo, I watch it with you often. David, some of them, you need a pattern to really know what is wrong with your child. It's just like diagnosing dyslexia, the reading disability among kids. You don't just see it like in moment. You need to know a pattern. That is why, David, the second part is important. The relationship between the teachers and the parents.
Having said that, hold on. Play for me that engagement the teacher shared with us. There's a teacher. You know, yesterday, one of our callers, let me say Kofi Bajumba, came in and said, why do we talk about parents? Yeah. It is a teacher's responsibility. Others came in and said it's not necessarily.
I disagree with them.
Others, everybody, that's why we're having a conversation. Everybody has an opinion.
I disagree with them.
Everybody has an opinion, they shared, and then whether you agree or disagree, that comes up. But the point is this: I'm saying that the child, when the child is born into a family and a home.
Yeah.
So from the very first day,
the
onus lies on the parent to raise the child.
Yeah.
Whilst we are raising the child, society has a role to play.
Yeah.
And then at one point in time, when the child goes to school, the school also has a role to play in terms of the teachers. Yeah. Take a listen to what the teacher said yesterday in an interview. Listen.
Okay. Well, I would say teachers have a lot. Parents do have a lot of work to do with regards to upbringing of our children. I think majority of the works are supposed to be done by the parents, because the children are more or less like properties of the parents. So if you sit down aloof and then watch your property go waste, I think at the end of the day, you, the parents, will have a lot of problems as compared to the teacher.
But some parents will tell you that they have done everything they can to raise their children. When they get to school, that is when they exhibit some of these behaviors. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, we do agree. You know, character of children do differ there are children with different characters at home, and when they go out, they have other characters that they portray to the public. But then, as I said, the children are for the parents. Yes, the children, in a way, the children belongs to the state, but then they still belong to their parents. So if children go wayward, at the end of the day, it's the parents that are going to face the problem that comes out. But then if parents are very strict and they are able to, establish their kids well, if they go out, there wouldn't be any cause for alarm. Teachers will not even find it difficult in doing their works so far as the children are concerned. But then if you are a parent and you sit down, you don't care, as we speak now, there are parents who don't even know the whereabouts of their children. Are you going to ask the teacher? The teacher has done his work. Children spend about, like the secondary school for instance, as we speak, they spend, according to the curriculum, it's 3 years. But if we calculate it, it's not even 3 years. So,
David, I partly agree. I partly disagree with some bit of it. David, I think that yes, parents have a primary and fundamental responsibility, but David, that responsibility is by virtue of birth. And I'm saying that it's not every parent who is even literate. Some of the parents themselves need parenting. And that is where teachers come in. David, in fact, when you ask most academics, professors who are proper, they will tell you that their careers and lives were shaped by teachers. So we all agree that by virtue of being the offspring, offspring, yes, yeah, because you are produced by a sperm and an egg. So they have the primary and fundamental and a greater responsibility. So be it. But I'm saying that, David, a teacher has a lot of responsibility. It's because we, through the government and state, have been chipping away the authority of teachers. Through, that's I said, the removal of the corporal punishment at the point even PTAs became what?
Optional and
all that.
They even cancelled them.
You see,
they say don't take money from
David,
them.
at first, you ought to say, "Oh my man, but PTA." Baby, a report can be as a wajia fan command now, because at the PTA it will come up. You see,
it's 18 minutes past 8. Wrap up in 2.
Yes,
wrap up in 2.
You see, so David, I'm saying that for me, 3 points that I'm arguing. I believe some of these matters are purely matters of criminality. You cannot assault somebody. They are students who have sociopathic tendencies that need medical attention. It also brings into thought, how do we even have psychologists in our schools? KNUST has college psychologists for every college. And counselors. We need to do that. David, in fact, some of them are also behaving the way they are behaving because of the stress of the courses they are doing. So we need to look at all that.
For me, it's not about the schooling bit per se. It's key. But I'm looking at raising a child.
David,
in terms of the morals.
David, you always tell me
to
tone down with Olivia because of what? Because when they are around 16, 17, 18, they are formative ages and they peak behaviors. Yeah. And these are the times where they are in senior high schools, where there's a lot of interface with teachers. In fact, my pastor, Dr. Joy Bruce, tells me, and she's a PhD holder, that the study that they did, most students who have this tendency of LGBTQI start at the SHS. Yeah, most students who start abusing drugs start at the SHS. Why? Because there, that's their first kind of freedom of assault. So I agree.
You're getting something wrong. You are right on many of the things you've said, but I'm talking about the character of a child. Listen, if a child picks something at home, age 2, age 3, Wafanfa said something, and the child is hiding it from the parent, and you, the parent, you see, no, you're not helping the child. I didn't know that she would, the child knows it is wrong. Scold the child once or twice. The child will change or desist from that behavior. Or them say, Mama, dear, another idea, Mama, I should be open, candid, frank, and honest with that. But some of the petty things, we ignore them. We are on our phone. Somebody calls, oh, me one crying. You are lying. The children are picking all these small things. So they become people who know how to lie, or they lie their way throughout. You have been to the university. Don't we hear stories of girls, who when they come to school they have a different behavior and go home with different behavior? They come to school, they have men who buy them cars. So during their days at school, they are using the cars. They dress certain ways. When they are going back home, because they're from poor backgrounds, they don't take. So the point is, from the age, the formative years, early formative years of the child, were we there as parents? What were we inculcating in them? What disciplines were we instilling in them,
David,
such that they grow with it?
David, when you are baptizing a child, what do the pastor say? Do you promise to bring your child in the name of the Lord? I'm a Christian. The parents respond yes.
To raise them.
Then later, what do? They ask the church. So I agree that parents have a greater responsibility. I agree. But David, I'm saying that society,
so you have
I'm agreeing with you.
I know you agree with me, but I just want to roll it out again. So as parents, we have our home responsibility with the kids at early stages. The society plays a role from the church to the opinion leaders and in the school. And we are failing these young ones.
And David, you see, the society, the triple, if you're extending it, we've also been part of the reasons why society have also shown their responsibilities. And we all in this conversation must assess responsibility. And I say those kind of doctrines, pastors using the pulpit to do all the family values. Because David, you see, when I was growing up, my uncle will raise me. Yeah. Your aunties will raise you. Yeah. But today, we've demonized our extended family systems and we are going in the Western way. But meanwhile, our extended family system has proven times. Yeah, there were excesses. Uncles raping young kids. They are excesses of every system. But David, that's something that we are all part of it. But I agree.
Do you remember years ago? Yeah. People in the UK and the US will bring their children back home.
Today's the other way around.
They don't want to bring them now because a hard cry are searching. What is wrong with us? Where this child says, I smoke exhibit. I started smoking weed from junior.
How can you live with a junior high school student and not know that kid is smoking weed?
You have no idea what they're capable of doing. Things that they will hide. And then we've shown you videos where people are holding machetes. The one you shared is, or the second I shared, Nikem.
Yeah.
So they call you. So they hear you.
And where do they get those things?
And sadly, you know the background of where you're coming from.
Yeah. One of the kids, I think that he said that he's not able to confirm to the mother. Yeah. You know, Zando always gives this. When he was the chief justice for Grassac, you know, the current CEO for Confanoche, Professor Chadames, was the dean of students. David, there was an incident where the mom came after the disciplinary process. It took Prof to give the woman transport to go back.
Transport money.
Then David, I always say this, that let me use myself as an example. And if you're a young student, you are listening. You see, whatever you are doing, you may think you are worrying your parents, but you are worrying yourself. Yeah. Today. Oh, university degree crown adding. Yeah. So yesterday, criminal record.
So yesterday, when I was talking to them, I asked them, "What does your mother do?" This one said, "Oh, Tom Foles, I mean, whatever it is."
We informer.
I'm saying, so if I'm not expecting you to give your mother anything, but if you cannot,